Welcome, everyone. It's 2:00 p.m. Excited to see some folks as they come in. And I'll get started soon. Hello. Thanks for saying hi. Feels lonely out here. No, it's great to see everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Hillary. I'm with the Practice Better team, and today we're going to talk about testimonials and reviews. Testimonial marketing is a wonderful way to build your business, and we have a very qualified speaker to talk to us on the topic. So to get everything going, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping rules. So, and it's mostly about the chat. So you at the right-hand side of your screen, I'm sure no doubt you've been familiar with it, but just as a refresher, if you're just joining us, maybe this is your first session of the whole summit. We're not sure if you need a little bit of a refresher. You can see three options in the chat to the right-hand side of your screen. The chat itself is absolutely to talk with your fellow attendees, and we do have some moderators, and we have members of the Practice Better team as well. The messages to the right of that is for when you want to privately message another attendee, and the Q&A is please where you put your questions. And so if you have questions for Rachel or for me, that would be a wonderful place to put them. So thank you very much. So that's just the housekeeping for today. But now to the meat of the presentation. We have in store for you a very powerful presentation on how to supercharge your testimonial marketing. Let me know in the chat if you've looked up Google reviews for anything you were about to buy in maybe the past month, like just say me, or what did you look for? Of course, yeah, I think I tend to look up restaurants a lot, looking for that elusive 5-star Google review for a restaurant, which maybe doesn't exist. And so believe it or not, or like it or not, or maybe you're aware of this, but clients and patients are still making really critical healthcare decisions by consulting Google. They're going to be looking at Google reviews. People want to see social proof that other people are raving about and loving that practitioner. So they're going to look and they're going to say, doctor so-and-so or nutritionist so-and-so or dietitian so-and-so. They're going to look and they're going to see what other people are saying. So Google, if you're on the Practice Better marketing team, we're very well versed in marketing principles like search engine optimization. But if that is completely new to you, know that Google will prioritize people with more reviews when prospective clients or patients are Googling things like therapist near me, dietitian near me, chiropractor near me. And odds are better that you'll come up if you have more reviews. They don't even need to be resoundingly positive. But we at Practice Better are helping with our automated Google review request feature that requests reviews for your practice on your behalf on autopilot with no cringy ask required. And in honor of this, we wanted to bring one of our top customers, Rachel Cavan of Cavan Nutrition, who boasts a perfect 5-star rating on Google. The vast majority of Rachel's clients come from Google, and she's going to share with us today how she gets and uses those reviews. And she's been doing this before Practice Better instituted this automation. So a little bit about Rachel, and then we'll bring her on. Rachel Cavan is an award-winning nutritionist. She's the founder and CEO of Cavan Nutrition, Inc., and the creator of Nutrition Business School. She has over 15 years of experience and has helped thousands of clients worldwide look and feel their best through her realistic and results-driven nutrition programs. And she is the proud recipient of a 40 Under 40 award. She's a speaker and a writer, and her business as a leader and mentor has had an impact on so many. And she's deeply committed to her community. She's an active supporter of local food banks and women's shelter. And she spends her free time working as a personal assistant to 3 super adorable kids. So welcome, Rachel. I am going to ask you to come on stage and share your thoughts with everyone.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Hillary. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to talk to you all today. I want you all to get the most out of this presentation, so please ask all of the questions. I'm here to help you today. I want you to leave like knowing exactly what your next steps are in terms of asking for Google reviews or testimonials or whatever that's going to be. So please ask all of the questions. Do not be shy. I love questions. So I'll bring my presentation up here. All right, can you all see that? Please talk to me in the chat. I missed the pre-COVID days of doing in-person presentations, so I love lots of talking. Makes me feel a little bit less alone. Okay, today we're talking about build your bookings and your business with Google reviews. Yay, hi everyone. Okay, so we're going to talk about the benefits of Google reviews and why they trump most other forms of marketing. We're also going to talk about other forms of testimonials as well, how to get more reviews and how to get more positive reviews, some ethical considerations to look into, and then all of my best tips and FAQs for asking for Google reviews. And then of course, if you have any other questions, let me know as well. Sorry, I hope you can't hear my dog in the background. He's really excited for the Google reviews as well. Okay, I'm Rachel. As Hillary said, I'm the CEO and founder of Cabin Nutrition, based in Ottawa, Canada. We are an in-person and online business, so we have clients all over the world. Right now, we have a team of 6, and we're actually rapidly growing at this point. I've done tons and tons of media appearances. Like Hillary mentioned, won the 40 Under 40 award. And then I created the Nutrition Business School, which is a course to help nutritionists get their business up and running. So my goal is I feel like there's no competition within the wellness space, right? There's millions of people that need our help. So it is our responsibility to get out there and to help all of these people. So I don't think that there's competition. I want to tell all of you every single thing I know about building a business and helping your clients and patients. I'm also a mom of 3. I actually built my business as a single mom of my first child. He's now 13. And then I have the 2 others, the little babies are 3 and 1. So I've done all the things, built my business as a single mom, and then built my business as with 2 under 2 as well. So I also know what it's like to be crazy busy. Most importantly for this presentation is Cabin Nutrition. We do have a 5-star Google review, which I'm very, very proud of. We've started collecting these reviews actively over the past 5 years. So this equates to about getting 1 review every single month. So super proud of this. We take our Google reviews very, very seriously. Okay, word of mouth. You've probably heard this before, but word of mouth is the best form of advertising. It always has been, and it always will be. So it doesn't matter what's happening with social media, the algorithm, everything that's going on right now, word of mouth is always and will always be the best form of advertising. So how does that translate to the online world? I know Hillary asked you, have you looked up Google reviews before? 100%. This is one of the most important things that consumers look at when they're going to purchase something. So even if you're just finding something small on Amazon that you want to buy, what do? You look at the reviews. The most important things are the most amount of reviews and the highest number. So I would say the most amount trumps a lower amount, because if there's only one, say there's 1 5-star review, you're like, okay, your mom made that review, right? Most likely that's what happened. But if you have 5,000 reviews on a product, even if it's a 4.5, you're like, that's a better product than the 1 star, or the 1 5-star review. So people nowadays, they look so much towards having these reviews that is absolutely essential to have these for your business. So I was just reading it. When you have a question, let me know. All right, some benefits of Google reviews and how they trump other forms of marketing and other forms of testimonials. So Google reviews function as part of Google's ecosystem. So they're tied to Google Maps, to the business profile, and the search results. So Google reviews actually will trump SEO if you have an in-person location. Google's algorithm prioritizes businesses with more reviews and higher ratings. So if you have an in-person business, you 100% absolutely need to have a Google Maps listing and start doing Google reviews. Even if you're not at the office all the time, or you don't see a lot of clients there, there's like a little bit of a workaround around that. You absolutely need to have a Google Maps listing to get these Google reviews. So this is providing trust and credibility even more than testimonials on your website. So especially now that we have so many AI technologies, that people don't trust things on the internet as much. And you could take any stock photo. Anyone could take a stock photo of a before and after. Anyone could write up a testimonial, and that could be completely fake. So the good thing about the Google review is that it has way more credibility than you posting a testimonial on your website or on social media, because that person has to have a Google account and they have to put their name, the first name, last name, their email, and often they'll put a picture as well. So there's tons and tons of credibility with Google reviews. If anyone has a Google account, if you use Google for like your email or anything else, you know that if someone hacks into your account or there's any sort of suspicious activity, you get 18 emails from them. So they're very, very strict on everything being private and credible. It instantly sets you apart from competitors before they even view your website. So this is one of the keys, right? So for myself, being in Ottawa, so for example, if someone searches Ottawa nutritionist, having the Google reviews, they're going to be looking at the Google reviews before they even go on your website. So you can have the most beautifully designed website with all of the testimonials in the world, but you need that first step of them actually clicking onto your website. Okay, so this is called the Google Top 3 in Google Maps. This is the goal, you want to be in the top 3. So you see our business here, we have 68 5-star reviews. We actually have 1 4-star, but it's a positive one. So I'll let that slide. I'll tell you my little secrets. But you'll see the other nutritionists, I just, for confidentiality, blurred them out. But this one has more Google reviews, but it's 4.9. So they become lower than us. And then this one here as well, 5-star reviews, but they have less reviews. So again, the goal is having more and better reviews so that you show up. So Google Maps only shows 3 listings on the front page. So people will have to click on more places. The more clicks someone has to do, the less likely they're actually going to click through to your business or to your website. So it's essential to try to get into the top 3 if at all possible. And this even trumps people who are paying for ads. So when you Google anything, so we're going to Google Ottawa nutritionist, you'll see a lot of sponsored ads. And those people are paying to be there, and it will say sponsored on it. But the maps, there's no sponsoring usually. Like they may have a sponsored one, but that shows up organically. So that is absolutely amazing to do this without even having to pay for it. All right, the other great thing about Google reviews, so I just screenshot a few of them from Google, obviously. So we have here, again, going back to the credibility of Google, we have the person's full name, we have their picture. This person here, she's a certified local guide. I don't even really know what that means, but she's done 84 reviews. So for whatever reason, Google's like, this person is doing an amazing job. She actually has the star beside her. But it doesn't even matter. So for example, this other person, this is their very first review, right? This is the only review they've ever done. It still shows her first name. So if you can get any kind of testimonial, like there's kind of like a hierarchy of testimonials, right? If someone's going to do something anonymous, that's like the lowest quality of testimonial. And then there's like a before and after picture. So I'd say before and after picture, a picture of them having their full name and then like having their first name and then anonymous. That would be kind of the hierarchy of the effectiveness of different testimonials. So you want to get the most information as possible so that your potential clients know that this is a real person. And they're if someone's willing to put their name on something and their picture, you know that they're absolutely certifying that this is an amazing product. So this is the great thing about Google reviews, is that we you actually get all of those things in the review. So for example, this person here, she just did this one review, but at least we're getting her full name for that review. So it looks extremely credible to Google and to potential clients and consumers for you. We should like almost have a drinking game. How many times I say Google in this presentation? I was just thinking, I've said that like 18 times so far. Okay. So what have reviews done for our business? So like I said, we implemented our Google review process, which I'm going to give to you today 5 years ago. And if we take the amount of reviews, divide that by 5, we get on average 1 every single month for 5 years. Since 5 years ago, our business has increased 200%. So I'm not saying this is only the Google reviews, because of course, like, we're constantly evolving as a business, we're constantly growing, we're constantly improving everything that we're doing. So it's really hard to say this is the only thing that has affected it. But what I can tell you is that 70 to 80% of our leads come from Google. 70 to 80%. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So the best part of it is that it is a very passive form of marketing. So when you think about the different forms of marketing, you either have to hustle or pay for them usually. So paying for them, that's obviously looking like sponsored posts, you're looking at Facebook ads, Instagram ads, all of that kind of stuff. Maybe you're paying for, an article in a magazine or something. If you're old school, that's something I'd probably do because I'm super old school when it comes to marketing. And then there's the hustle method. So you're posting on social media, you're doing Facebook Lives, you're going out and doing presentations. That's the hustle method of it. But Google reviews are very passive. Once they're up there, and they're working for you like the best employee you've ever had. So for example, my biggest role in the business is doing marketing. I'm the one who does a lot of the talks and gets out there in the community and all that kind of stuff, the front-facing person of the business, even though I have a full team. And I actually have taken off the past 4 years for the most part. I had 2 babies and needed a little bit of time for that. And also our house burnt down in between babies. It was a really rough time. I really needed to step back. And the amazing part, I have the best team in the world, but the amazing part is that our business grew and grew and grew in that time frame, in the past 4 years. With me, the marketing person, being, for the most part, absent. I probably worked like 25 to 40% of the time, depending on what was going on. Why do you have to put, that's very traumatizing, Scott. I'm just kidding. It's fine. I'm over it now. So it is a very passive form of marketing. This is the beauty. Anything you're putting into your business and you're getting these testimonials, that's like going to pay back over and over and over again. I see lots of questions coming through, so we'll answer those at the end, because I think we have lots of time for those as well. All right, so some other review options. If Google reviews aren't an option for you for whatever reason, or it's just not your marketing game plan, there's a lot of other options. So especially if you're a complete online business, a Facebook page is an amazing form or amazing way to get reviews from clients, because it's very similar. I should have done some screenshots on that, but you just go look up any Facebook page and you'll see that you'll see the person's picture, you'll see their name, and you can actually look at their profile. So it is another amazing, super credible form of getting reviews. I'd actually say it's a little bit less credible than Google reviews, because we all know there's some weird people on Facebook that are have fake accounts and stuff like that. But there are a lot of really great reviews. So that is an option for you. There's also Yelp or Trustpilot. So it's really important to have unbiased reviews. So anything on your website that you have created or on your social media is not as trustworthy, because again, you could have just made that up, right? Of course, we're not doing that, but the consumer is very cautious because they have been burned before. So using Yelp or Trustpilot, those are really great options as well to get different reviews. We've done Facebook page reviews for a while. It's not a huge part of our marketing, and we've just started doing Yelp. So maybe next year I'll come back and we'll talk about those ones once I have a bit more experience with those. All right. Did you know people are actually 2 to 3 times more likely to leave a negative review after a bad experience than a positive one? So this is actually a very, very scary thing, being out there in the world with your business, because if people have even a slightly negative experience with anything, they're way more likely to give you a bad review than they are to give you a good review. So getting good reviews is something you have to put effort into. It's like swimming upstream. So why is this? Why are people more likely to give negative reviews? It's just our biology, right? We're more driven to talk about negative experiences. They evoke a stronger emotional reaction. So this is a past survival mechanism way back in the day when we were cave people and we were like sitting around the fire, and you're telling about where you saw that saber-toothed tiger, telling the rest of your family or the rest of your tribe or whatever, so that they know to stay away from those things. So this is a survival mechanism. And then unfortunately, fast forward to 2024, we get those keyboard warriors who are like just behind the literally zero negative consequence for them, and they are posting negative reviews, unfortunately. But people already expect a good experience. If they're coming to you and they're paying you X amount of dollars to lose 10 pounds or whatever, to improve their digestion or improve their acne or something, they're already expecting that. Like, that's just the bare minimum. They're paying you for that already. So you need to go above and beyond to get a positive review. Okay, so this is not just about how to get reviews, right? The getting reviews can be super easy and not necessarily beneficial if they're mediocre or negative reviews. Our goal is getting positive reviews. So step 1 is provide an amazing service. Like, absolutely exceed their expectations. So I'd love in the chat right now, just because we can help each other out, what types of things are you doing in your business right now that's exceeding people's expectations? Or what things, just no bad ideas, just let's brainstorm as a team here, how many great things we could do for our clients. So some examples could be on their birthday, not always remembering the birthday, maybe even sending them a card in the mail, like super old school with a stamp. Maybe you give them a gift card or something, or a small present. Amazing. A beverage center, that's such a great idea. You could offer really great coffees, teas, maybe some kombucha or something, a little fridge. That's such a great option. Even just like walking people to the door on their way out, if you have an in-person office. Checking in with them if they have like a test or a presentation they have to do. Remember those things. You don't have to actually remember those things, just write them down, put them in your calendar, and remember their birthdays, anniversaries, things like that. Maybe if someone's going through a rough time, maybe if we've sent clients flowers before because they had a miscarriage when they're trying to get pregnant. So little things like that go above and beyond to help your clients get amazing experiences. I have another really great one. Using Practice Better and That Clean Life. Literally life-changing. I've been in this business since 2009, and I used to have a paper, what do you call that thing? I don't even know what it's called anymore. The calendar, a paper calendar where I literally wrote in people's appointment times. That's how old I am and how long I've been in this business. At first I thought you were calling me out. You're like, not having a mess behind you. I'm like, I'm very blank screen here. So That Clean Life. One of the ways you can go above and beyond is make them an amazing meal plan. If you're a nutritionist, if that's part of your services, that they absolutely love, that you actually listen to them, that they like chicken or they don't like chicken or whatever it is. And giving them this beautiful, gorgeous meal plan. I used to make meal plans in Word document. So that was a time. So That Clean Life, I feel like, has completely changed the nutrition business. As well as obviously Practice Better, because you can, clients have the app, they can have constant connection with you, they can message you. It's just so awesome. So many great things. If you're not using Practice Better and That Clean Life, 100% you should. I'm not paid by them in any means. I just have been using them and love them. Okay, so if we're providing an amazing service, so if you haven't yet, do some brainstorming. How can you go above and beyond? Other practitioners might not be doing this. This might be enough that people are going to be like, wow, that was an amazing experience working with that person. Number 2 is the ask. I know we like talked about it's like a little bit cringy, but you got to do it. So whether that's, I don't know the new Practice Better Google review process yet. I'm super excited to learn about it. That just came out yesterday and I didn't even know about it. I made this presentation before that. So it's super cool that now there's an option that Practice Better does that for you. But this is how we've done it for the past 5 years. We always ask. You have to go out of your way to ask for that review because the average person is not going to think about it. You also have to make it super simple for them. So we're going to talk about different ways to just make it like completely mindless for them that they can leave you a great review. And then you have to remind them often. So you'll have the most raving client. They'll be like, I love everything. I feel amazing. But they just forget, right? People are busy. They have 14 kids. Like they're working full time. They just forget. So how to ask for a review. Number 1, you need to explain why it's important to you. And number 2, you need to make it as simple as possible for them. So explaining why it's important to you. So you have to keep in mind that the average person does not understand business at all. If you're charging $250 for that 1 hour appointment, say your initial assessment or something like that, people actually think that that's how much money you make. It's $250 an hour. We all know that's not true. The amount of time that goes into like creating their plans, to doing marketing, to the follow-up, all the things that go along in the business, we know that we're not making $250 an hour. However, the client actually thinks that. They don't know anything about business, right? They just think that you're sitting there like, and you have all these clients, they don't know like the amount of times you've cried over your business. So you just have to keep that in mind that they don't understand. So you need to explain to them why this is so important to you. So we use something along the lines of this, and this could be in person, this could be over a video call, this could be over text, through an email, or I'm not sure if you can put this into the Practice Better thing. That would be super cool. So an example, hi, Hillary. I'm not sure if you knew this, but most of our clients come from referrals, or most of our clients rely on reading testimonials as part of their decision-making process of working with us. It would mean the world to me if you could take the time to write a short review about your experience working with me. See how that's not a cringy ask? It's literally like, this is my life. This is how I feed my children and keep a roof over their head. It would mean the world to me if you could do this very small thing for me. You'll be surprised. Like I would say 80% of people would be like, absolutely no problem. There will be some that won't, but most people will be able to do this for you. And 80% is a way higher than 0% if you don't ask at all. So number 2, making it as simple as possible for them. So sending them a link straight to the Google review page. So you want it to be so simple that you don't have to like Google your business. They literally just send them straight to the link, and they already have, if they're logged into Google, this is my personal account. They already have your name. You can do the stars, and then they can write whatever their experience is. So simple. So you can send them a link, or you can do a QR code, whatever works for you and your business. And then the next part that I do with all clients, again, along the lines of making it as simple as possible for them, is give them writing prompts. Because people are going to sit there, it's going to be so simple, and they're going to sit there and be like, I don't know what to write. I don't know where to start. What do I say? So giving them questions, of course, they don't have to follow this at all. Make sure that's super clear. It's like, you can write whatever you want, or if you have a bit of writer's block, you can answer a few of these questions. And people write the best testimonials just by answering these questions. So just as an example, you can change these, make them whatever you want. But what was the best part of working with us? What was something you learned about yourself? What goals did you accomplish while working with us? This is a great one because you actually want it to be very specific if possible. And what would you say to other people who are considering working with us? This is a key one because if you read a lot of our testimonials, at the bottom, it will say something like, everyone needs to go see Cabin Nutrition, or 100% recommend working with the team at Cabin Nutrition, right? Like there's the word of mouth advertising. They're doing it for you. So super simple. We also have a Google form for written and photo testimonials. So I actually put this in the swag bag. I'm not sure when you get that, but it is in there if you want to get this in a larger size. So making it super, super simple again. So we just have this Google form, fill out their name, and then because you want to get the permission from them, right? Like, how do you want your name to be displayed? Do you want to do a picture, before and after, just an after, block your face, whatever it is? Like, we can do anything. We don't care. We'll take all testimonials. We'll take all of them. They can actually upload their pictures here, and then it gets put into a Google file of our testimonials, so my team can post those. And then the testimonial text. So again, you can write your own below, or if you have writer's block, here are some questions to help you out. Again, this is in the swag bag if you want all of this information. And then the consent. I grant your business to use this testimonial for XYZ. So whatever you're using it for, you absolutely have to get permission for that. All right, so into some Q&As that I have here, because people ask us all the time, what is the best time to ask for a review? Does anyone have a question? Or sorry, an answer. What is the best time to ask for a review? I see Andrea. Hi, Andrea. No, no one? Everyone's a little shy today? All right, so you would think the best time to ask for a review is when they're done their program, right? You want them to have the whole experience. You want them to say, this is everything I've accomplished during this program. And I used to think that, so I have immediately following the finish of the program. Absolutely, that is a great answer. However, I feel like you need to do that sooner than that. So for example, our core program is 12 weeks long. And I vividly remember this one time. I had this client and she was killing it. She was like my best client ever. I was like, she's going to leave and she even said, I'm going to leave the best review. I was like, this is awesome. So I was like, I'm going to ask her at her last appointment. I was so pumped for it. She came in. I don't remember what happened to her that day, but she was just in a mood. Like something, I don't know if her dog died or what happened, but just whatever. She came in a bad mood. It was the wrong time of her cycle. Maybe she gained 1 pound or something that can literally ruin someone's day. And I lost it. I lost the opportunity. She was literally one of my best clients ever. And I never saw her again after that. That was the last day of her program. She just came in a mood I've never seen. And that was that. So I learned the lesson that the best time to ask for a review is anytime they get a win, right? Anytime they're doing amazing. So with our program, that's usually in week 1 or 2 that we will actually ask someone for a review. Or if they just send you a text or a message on Practice Better saying I'm feeling so great, my energy is so high, you can say, that's amazing. Hey, can I use that screenshot? I'll block out your name, but do you mind if I use that screenshot to post on social media? So again, you're getting the written consent to do that. But anytime anyone says anything positive to you, then you need to ask for that review. And I know there's the cringe-worthiness of it. I'm so I'll ask anyone. If anyone says anything positive about me at this point, I'm just like, can I write that down? Do you mind to write that down and send it to me? I have no shame in it. So, because again, I know this is what feeds my children, is this business. And it's also helping other people, right? This is our goal, is to help all of these people. We need to get them in our door. We need to do some cringeworthy things like marketing and asking for testimonials. So the best time to ask for a review, obviously it's at the end of the program, but anytime they have a good win, anything like that. All right, so some ethical considerations. Asking permission. Always, 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 always ask for their permission to post. Always. I have had some practitioners and some business coaches who put it in their client contract that they can use anything you say as a testimonial. No one really reads the client contracts, right? For most contracts, we skim through them. And I think that's still so sketchy. And I think that's sketchy because one time I had someone who did that for me or did that to me. I was in a business coaching program. I had a huge win. I posted it like with swear words. I'm sorry, that's just how I am. And when I think I'm in a safe space, and I posted it in their Facebook, in our private Facebook group, and they immediately posted it in their public one. And from that time, I was like, I'm never telling you anything again. Like, it completely changed my relationship with them and how I was going to tell them my wins. I was like, I'm never writing a win down again. I'm not giving them any permission. So I think that I don't love that. Again, that's just my personal opinion. If it's part of your business process to have that in the client contract so you can use absolutely anything, then you do you. But for me and my business, we're very much like, we want everything is confidential until we have permission to do it. So another question I've seen a lot is, if a client requests that you remove the review, even after they've given you permission, do you need to take it down? The answer is no. If they've given you permission, you actually have the right to use that. But again, I go through, I need to sleep at night. I know these are real people. If for whatever reason someone wants me to remove their review, I will do it. I will do that. I don't know if I've ever actually even had that, but I would I've seen other practitioners like struggle with this. I'm just like, just take it down. Like, listen to I don't care that you spent money on getting this video edited, take it down. Also, there's no bribes for positive reviews. So you can't say like, oh, if you give me a 5-star review, I'll give you, a protein powder or something, or I'll pay you for it or whatever. You cannot, you have to stay in compliance with Google's guidelines. You don't want to make Google mad. So next thing is gifts. So you can give gifts in exchange for reviews. So an example, a free session with you, or a month in your program, for example, maybe a small gift card or a present, free products. If you sell, supplements and stuff, maybe you give them a protein powder or vitamin D or something. Like I said, you just cannot ask for a positive review. So you can't say, give me a 5-star rating. You can say, please give me an honest review. So just to stay within the ethical guidelines there. So people always ask as well, how many reviews should I get? The answer is unlimited. What you want is for people to go onto your Google thing, or your highlights on your social media, or your testimonial page on your website, and they just read so many reviews that they sell themselves. That's the goal you want to get to. So you shouldn't be like, oh, I already have 5, I'm fine. You want so many that they can't even read them all. That's the goal. And we have so many clients or potential clients that come to us and they're just like, I just read all your reviews and you sound like the best. I'm sold. Done. Love it. 70 to 80% of our clients come from these Google reviews. All right, so what if someone doesn't want to give you a review? So again, rockstar client, absolutely killed it, like accomplished everything. They feel amazing. They're singing your praises when they're with you or on your call or whatever. But you ask them for the review and they're like, I don't really want to. You just got to let it go, right? You just got to let it go. It's hard when someone is doing so well and you'd be like, you'd be the best review, but you just got to let it go. And it's okay, comforting knowing that, like, we have 68 Google reviews, but we have hundreds and hundreds of happy clients, right? So that's okay. Not every single person is going to be doing a review. All right, so what to do if you're just starting out, or you just starting out with your reviews and you don't have any yet. So the first thing is using your own personal story. So if you have pictures, if you've lost weight, or if you cleared up your skin or whatever, it doesn't have to be a before and after picture, but you still want a picture of yourself because that's very personable. Using your own personal story to get you started. Also working with friends and family in exchange for a review. I know as a healthcare practitioner, you have already given advice to all of your friends and family, anyone who will hear it, right? Especially when you're like fresh out of graduating, you're like, everybody listen to me. So any friends and family that you've worked with, you can ask them for a review as long as you've, given them information and they've seen results. Another option is running a beta program. So when you're first starting out and you have a new program, you don't have any testimonials yet, start a beta program and say, in exchange, I just need a review. So you could do it at a discount or free, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then what do you do when you get these reviews? Put them everywhere. So obviously putting them on your website, again, the goal is that people just see all of your positive testimonials everywhere they go. They can't say no because you're just like, you're obviously amazing at what you do. Put them on your website. So we use an app called Elfsight that automatically puts Google reviews onto our website. So it's super cool because it actually will show when they've done the review. So whether that's like a week ago, 6 months ago, 5 years ago, whatever it is. Post them on social media regularly. A key is also posting them on Sunday night or Monday. Most people make the decision to change their life on a Monday, right? How many times have you heard this? Like, I'm going to start on Monday, right? Or the first of the month or New Year's. All of those things, like always post reviews when people are making those decisions. I also recommend on Instagram doing the highlights so people can binge them. So if you go onto our Cabin Nutrition Instagram, you'll see like we have so many reviews that people just, again, we have 2 different highlights that each have 100 in them. Using them in your marketing material. So again, if that is your sales page or your emails, things like that. And this is my favorite one I use reviews for, which a lot of people probably don't really think about, but using them for yourself. So every single week on our team meeting, we always read out a review because it reminds everyone, like, this is what we're doing. Of course, there's all of these crazy things happening we need to figure out, but the whole goal is that we're making these clients happy and we're changing their life. I also have a file on my computer. It's called my Smile file, and it has all of the reviews. And every once in a while, when I'm just like, maybe I should just quit this business and get a job at the government, that sounds really nice right now, then I go through my Smile file and I'm like, no, I absolutely can't. I'm on a mission. I need to help these people. So it keeps me going. So this is what the website looks like with Elfsight. So if you have the reviews, as you can see, 9 days ago, 23 days ago, whatever it is, and then it has the AI generated summary, which actually I think is pretty cool too, because it's just like, this is the summary of all of your Google reviews. So this gets automatically posted to the website, which is so convenient. We don't have to take a screenshot and add it. So it takes no time. Okay, that is all the things. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, Hillary's going to go through a short little presentation on the new Google Reviews feature, which is also new to me, so I'm really excited about it.
Rachel, thank you.
Thank you. Very welcome.
What a presentation. Ending with the Smile file was it's such a heartwarming, like what a great uplifting, like, wait, because we all have, I know everybody, when I was in practice, you had those bad days, like you get no shows and cancellations and someone's upset about something and, like hopefully nothing horrible happened at your office, whether it's home or in clinic. Having a Smile file is absolutely incredible. If I got anything out of this presentation, and if that's what I got from it, I still walk away with something amazing. But so much good stuff in here. I love also, I'm just going to reflect a little bit, then I'm going to show everything in Practice Better because it's a really wonderful, simple automation. But I love how you're saying, like, don't let perfect be the enemy of good, right? Even if you don't have all 5-star reviews, you responding to them. We know also as marketers, responding to reviews actually helps your Google ranking as well. And not only just shows you as somebody real, authentic, and having integrity as a practitioner. Speaking of integrity, taking a review down if people like rescind their permission is just nothing short of amazing customer service. So I appreciate some of those insights. All right. So I am now going to share reviews. Rachel, you do, if you'd like to remain on screen, you can, but that's not compulsory. So here we go. Let me make sure I am sharing my screen. All right. You know it, you love it. Here's the Practice Better platform, and I'm going to show you how to do this, and then we're going to do some Q&A with Rachel because I know it's going to be some really, really lovely stuff. All right, so here's the dashboard in Practice Better. you want to, first and foremost, make sure that your address is indeed a Google place. And some people are asking questions about, well, how do I know that my business is registered on Google? Or what if I'm practice virtually? What if I have a virtual practice? Can I still have a Google business address? The short answer is yes, but I'm just going to show you with a demo. I'll show you the Practice Better office. Please don't send us mail. I'm going to show you the Practice Better office here. And you can see there's a confirmation. This location has a valid Google business location and can be used to send Google review request notifications. All right, so that's step one. And I'm going to make that our default location. And then we go into My Practice and we go into our handy dandy automations. And if you're using, make the PB screen larger. Thank you for calling that out. I can absolutely do that layout. One moment. Oops. I will figure this out. Layout. I'm going to make me smaller. And share my screen again. Here we go. Thank you so much for the call out, Andrea. I appreciate that. All right. Hopefully this is better. So under our automations, we're in our automations and triggers tab. You're welcome. We go to the red fast action button, and right at the top, you can send Google review requests for client sessions. And you need at least one location linked to a Google Place, which we did. It's going to send us here. Oh, you know what? I forgot to save. That's why. Rookie mistake. We're going to do that over again. Thank you for your patience. Make the default location. Save. There we go. So now we're back. All right. My Practice, automations, fast action button. I'm going quickly because I'm repeating some steps, but repetition is really good for memory and retention. So you'd name the automation. You could say initial session, Google request, whatever you'd like to save it, name it. Your default location will show up. If you need to select another location, you can, but they all have to be, again, Google registered addresses. You can also trigger this for specific team members. So you have that option as well. And then you choose your services. So you might not want to request a Google review after a discovery call. You might want to use some of the really wonderful tips that Rachel gave us to what the perfect timing is. And you also might want to experiment, see what timing gives you in your personal practice the best results as far as reviews. So you might do it after an initial consultation. And you can select multiple types, so it's not just a single selection, but I'm going to just select one here. And you can select the buffer period. So I might say 6 hours after a session, after our first session, maybe they're now home and they're less likely to forget, or maybe you want to do it right after the session. And then the frequency. So you might not want to do it after every session. You might, that's up to you. You might want to request once every 6 months because you might not, people might not review on the first try. And then you can email or send a text. You can do one of either of those. So that would be that. And then we create it. And here's the next step. So that is running. But if you want to customize this automation, and you absolutely can customize the message, you would go to All Settings and Preferences, the little wheel icon here in the top right, and then you go to Notifications and Preferences. And then you're going to go Notification Preferences to Client Notifications, because this is a customized notification for a client. And you're going to scroll down and you're going to see Session Review Request. And so you have an email template, which we have for you. You've got the email subject and the title and some text here with some placeholder text where it will automatically pull your client or patient's name, and then the session name, the date and time, and the practitioner. And then, we have some placeholder copy that actually speaks to what Rachel said, like a little bit of the why. Your review will help others find me when they're looking for a practitioner like me. If you want to say something a little bit personal, like if you leave a review for a small business, you're helping you're helping a family put food on the table, whatever you want to do, as long as it's consistent with the way you want to practice and your integrity in the relationship you have with your clients and patients. So you can do this for email and for SMS. The only thing that won't change, you can't change, is that review button, because that will go straight to the Google business profile with which it's linked. So that's the magic of the automation. It takes your clients right to Google to make that. So there's no to make that review. So there's no giving them all these instructions and this is how you do it and people getting confused. It just goes right into the review. And again, you can do the absolute same thing with a text notification. All right, and so you can make that customized for you. Is there a way to send this request manually? I will get to that. I'm seeing the questions. That's it. It's a pretty quick process. There's 3 steps. Again, make sure your business is a Google place, that you have a Google business profile. And we actually have some content on that I'm going to share with you to help that. And then you have to make sure you set up the automation and all the specifications around the automation itself. And then optionally, you can customize the message that you send out to your clients or patients. So that's it. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen and we can bring Rachel back on. So Rachel, if you want to come back on and we can get questions going. So is there a way to send this request manually? You absolutely can, and there's different ways to do it, but it would be through kind of the private chat or broadcast message features of Practice Better. So you can do it. It just is a little bit more manual, and you don't have that nice button that just goes right to your Google business profile, but you can get a link to your Google business profile. So absolutely, there are people, out there who they're worried, what if I get a bad review? And so if you want to, you could actually send an automated feedback form first. And then if it's a positive message, you can then send them a chat message or send them a communication through Practice Better, HIPAA secure, HIPAA compliant communication through Practice Better that links to your Google profile. So I hope that answers your question. I'm going to go through some more Q&A for Rachel because we have 8 minutes left before our break. So there's some good ones. One moment. Okay.
While you're looking that up, I'll just add to that. I think it's so essential to get feedback from every single client. We send, every time a client is offboarded, part of our offboarding process is to send them another Google form with questions about their experience. And we do actually have it on there. Are you willing to do a testimonial? And then from there, that will trigger giving them testimonial form. But it's so essential just for yourself, right? Like, we're always trying to make things better. I take into account every single thing that any client says, right? To make sure that we are just delivering the absolute best service.
I have no doubt that the service that you're giving your clients is top tier, Rachel, especially because they are paying for they're paying for the transformation. And from the testimonials I see on your website, they're definitely they're definitely getting them for sure. Great. So one of them is, if you had a discovery call with someone that went well, but they decided not to pursue coaching at this time because due to budget, are they still a good person to ask for a Google review?
I'm going to say no to that one, just because they haven't actually experienced your services. So doing like a discovery call that can be anywhere from 15 minutes to, an hour, that's not the same as them working with you for 12 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever your program is. So I would say no to that one. Yeah.
I think that's a good call. They want to be able to experience the magic that you provide as a practitioner. This is a really popular question. And if you don't have the answer for this, Rachel, that's totally okay. I'm happy to take it, but I figure I'd give you an opportunity. A lot of folks here have either completely virtual practices or hybrid virtual in-person practices. So they're asking, do I still have to create a Google business profile? And if I only have a virtual address, how can I do that?
Well, if you have the answer to this, from my understanding, you need to have some sort of in-person, even if that's like 1% of your business. So it doesn't have to be 100% in person, but you need to either have a location or a service area. So for example, maybe you see clients in Toronto, all of Toronto, then that is still worthy of a Google business account. That's from my understanding of that.
Yeah, so virtual businesses typically can create a Google business profile. There are, of course, exceptions to the rule, but I don't know if you remember having done this, Rachel, but you do have to actually, you do actually have to request them to mail you something. And then you've got this little postcard from Google with a code on it, and you have to put in the code to verify there is an actual address. So it's I'd say you'd have to look up what the Google policies are on that, but rest assured that I'll be getting some content out there to educate people as well. All right, and there are people who are asking, how do I set up a Google business profile? And I'm going to release in the chat, actually, a blog post we have on it. It's very detailed. It is an incredibly detailed piece of content that can walk you through how to not only set up, but optimize your Google business profile, because that's what people see. All right, we might have time. Actually, this one's really interesting for me. I think it's really important. It's kind of adjacent and kind of not. Rachel, what other social media accounts do you have for your business other than your Google business profile? I know you talked about Yelp and you talked about Facebook. Do you have a LinkedIn account? Is that important to you?
I do have a LinkedIn account. I don't use it to its full potential. To be fair, I don't use any social media to its full potential because I do a lot of other forms of marketing that work very well. So I think especially if you don't have an in-person location, or you're working to like build your Google reviews or your SEO, then social media absolutely is essential. You need to be doing something, right? You need to be doing something online, whether that's your SEO on your website, maybe you're doing blog posts, or it's if it's social media. I personally find SEO in Google is easier and a better sales process because if people are looking for you, so say for example, they're searching like Toronto naturopath or something, and you're coming up because of your SEO, that person is already pre-sold. They know they have a problem and they think that a naturopath can help them. So they are already looking for you. You just need to have a little bit of information to help, push them over the line, right? Whereas with social media, it's like you're reaching out to people. They may not be problem aware, and they also may not have a clue who you are. So that warming up process is a lot longer than if they're actually reaching out to you. So that's why I love Google reviews. I love SEO. I love all of that stuff because you're just getting a higher tier client who's ready to change their life.
I'd say that I think that's a really, really important distinction that a lot of practitioners aren't necessarily familiar with, right? Where are people across the internet? Where are they shopping based on their readiness? And they're typically at Google when they're more ready. All right, it is up to the hour. I know there's a few questions we didn't quite get answered, but I just want to, Rachel, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and insights. And we'll be giving more resources, but both from Rachel and from Practice Better in our swag bag, in our community. Just keep your eyes out. And thank you so much, everyone. Rachel, thank you once again.
Thank you so much for having me. Good luck, everyone.
Take care.